Welcome to a new episode of Football News. Today, we'll discuss the hottest stories, a shocking defeat for Barcelona. The Catalans gave their all to win, but ended up setting a new negative club record. Manchester City humiliated in front of all of England. Rumours in the English media suggest Guardiola's dismissal, but the truth is even more dramatic. Kylian Mbappé might leave PSG without the Champions League. How far is the French star willing to go? Chelsea is shedding weight. Who among the stars will leave the team this winter? We are talking about this and much more today. This is a hot selection of the most interesting football news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and like this video to get more news about our favorite game. Your support is very important to us. Let's get started. Barcelona's struggles continue as the Catalan Giants suffered a home defeat to Atletico Madrid, marking their third consecutive home loss in La Liga, a streak not seen since 1965. This result is particularly shocking, given that just weeks ago, Barcelona was confidently leading the league, leaving Real Madrid in their wake with dazzling performances. However, the situation has taken a drastic turn. It's hard to criticize Barcelona for this game. Tactically, Xavi outmaneuvered Diego Simeone, a fact the Argentine coach acknowledged in his post-match interview. "I'm happy, no doubt. Barcelona created many chances, but luck was on our side. We waited patiently for opportunities and capitalized on counterattacks." Honestly, Barcelona didn't deserve to lose their recent games. They're playing fantastic football, and it's true. Against Barcelona's attacking brilliance, Atletico seemed content to play defensively, parking the bus. The stats back this up. Barcelona registered an XG of 3, but could convert only once. That lone goal was spectacular. Xavi delivered a stunning backheel assist, setting up Pedri, who finished with a brilliant strike, a moment that epitomizes why we love football. Yet, despite their dominant performance, Barcelona walked away empty-handed. In the second half, they created numerous chances, but a lack of precision and an outstanding Jan Oblak in goal denied them. Atletico, on the other hand, took their chances on the counter-attack and secured all 3 points. Some might point fingers at Robert Lewandowski, who squandered several key opportunities, unforgivable for a striker of his caliber. But it's not just him. The entire team seems to be struggling to find their form, an issue that's been evident for several matches now. Adding to the frustration were controversial refereeing decisions, particularly the non-call on Julian Simeone's potential handball in the box. The referee chose not to award a penalty, despite the moment being far from clear-cut. In the end, Atletico celebrated their 13th consecutive win and climbed to the top of the table. After the game, Barcelona's assistant coach, Marcus Zorc, commented, "We created numerous chances but failed to capitalize on them. This is a painful defeat. I believe this was one of our best performances of the season, but we came away with no points." Of course, when you don't score a second goal, especially against a team like Atletico, the last 15 minutes become a real challenge. In the end, the opponent proved stronger. Emotions aside, the results speak for themselves. Barcelona has slipped to second place in the league, squandering the hard-earned advantage they once held. Real Madrid, with 2 games in hand, now has the opportunity to overtake them and push Barcelona down to third. Compared to the last season under Xavi's management, Barcelona currently has fewer points. This is despite the team's overall progress and more attractive style of play. The main issue remains their inability to convert chances into goals. With the arrival of Hansi Flick, the team has transformed into a more cohesive and unified unit. However, Flick's style of football demands immense energy, and Barcelona's roster includes several aging players who struggle to maintain the required tempo. This may be one reason for their recent drop in form. Despite these setbacks, it's too early to discuss dismissing the coach. The primary goal for the season is to secure a spot in the Champions League, which still appears attainable. However, defeats like this highlight that the momentum gained with the new coach is beginning to wane, and the team must put in significant effort to regain stability. Let's hope this downturn is only temporary and that Barcelona will soon find a way to showcase their true potential once again. Manchester City's downward spiral continues, and the situation is becoming increasingly alarming. Pep Guardiola's side suffered yet another defeat, losing 1-0 to Aston Villa in a match that left fans and pundits deeply disappointed. Right from the opening seconds, Aston Villa threatened to take the lead. John Duran, however, chose to go for glory rather than passing to the unmarked John McGinn. The hosts didn't let up, and their relentless pressure paid off in the 16th minute with a well-deserved goal. City showed brief signs of life in the first half, with moments like Joško Gvardiol's header narrowly missing the target. But after the break, the team virtually disappeared from the field. In the second half, Manchester City managed just 43% possession and generated a meager 0.5 XG, most of which came in the final minutes during a single attacking move that resulted in a goal. This was one of City's most toothless halves in recent memory. The atmosphere around the club is growing more tense by the day. English media outlets are openly speculating about Pep Guardiola's potential dismissal. As of now, Guardiola remains in charge, but the uncertainty looms large. The club's management could make a decision about his future at any moment. Currently sitting 6th in the Premier League table, City is at risk of falling out of the European qualification spots by the end of the round. With 27 points from 17 matches, this is their worst season in 15 years, worse even than the early days of Sheikh Mansour's ownership. Erling Haaland's form has also raised concerns. The Norwegian striker has scored just once in his last 6 matches, and that lone goal came in a 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace. Defensive errors, a lack of creativity in midfield, and underperforming forwards have all contributed to City's struggles. Meanwhile, Guardiola appears to have lost his grip on the squad. The upcoming January transfer window could be an opportunity to rejuvenate the team, but the big question remains: will Guardiola still be in charge to lead the rebuild? Before the match, Pep Guardiola made a statement that left fans and pundits puzzled. Do we have a chance to win the Premier League? No, we don't have the players. Right now, I don't feel that way. Maybe it will happen, who knows? But for now, I'm focused on short-term goals. We can't aim for big objectives. To win the Premier League or reach the Champions League final, you need stability. And right now, we've lost that stability. These words, coming from a coach known for his charisma and ability to inspire, sound alarming. Instead of motivating his players, Guardiola seems to be highlighting the crisis. It almost feels as if something inside Pep has broken. There's speculation that some players are unhappy with Guardiola's methods and no longer want him at the helm. One win in 12 matches is far from the standard of a team that once dominated English football. While injuries and squad issues may explain some of the inconsistency, such poor results raise many questions. It would be unfair to say Guardiola has suddenly lost his coaching prowess. The problem might lie with the players. Phil Foden finally scored his first goal of the season, but where is the brilliance he showed last year? Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva, once valued as marquee players, now seem like shadows of their former selves, with their market value plummeting. Rumors about Guardiola's potential departure are swirling in the media. Despite his recent contract extension, firing him seems unlikely. However, there's a chance Pep himself could reach his breaking point and say, "I'm tired, I'm leaving." The tension is palpable, and maintaining control over the situation is becoming increasingly challenging. Lastly, could there be individuals within the team deliberately undermining the coach's authority? What do you think? Share your thoughts as we continue to monitor this unfolding drama. Paris Saint-Germain might have found a candidate to replace Randall Kolo Muani, and it's none other than their academy graduate, Christopher Nkunku. Reports suggest that the Chelsea player is unhappy with his playing time and is open to finding a new club this winter. A return to Paris seems like an attractive option for both Nkunku and PSG. Nkunku's time at Chelsea has been far from smooth. The London club spent around $60 million to bring him in, expecting him to make a significant impact. However, recurring injuries have prevented him from showcasing his full potential. His market value has dropped to $50 million, down from a peak of $80 million. While PSG appears to be the most appealing destination, other clubs, including Napoli, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, are also monitoring the Frenchman's situation. However, a homecoming to Paris holds special appeal, especially given that Nkunku is a product of PSG's academy. If Chelsea decides to sell Nkunku, it could be a smart move for the club. With effective negotiations, the Blues could potentially recoup the $60 million they spent on him when they signed him from RB Leipzig. It's unfortunate that Nkunku hasn't yet been able to fulfill his potential at Chelsea. However, football is full of surprises, and a return to PSG could mark the beginning of an exciting new chapter in his career. What do you think? Would Nkunku thrive back in Paris, or could another club be a better fit for him? Kylian Mbappé is once again making headlines, this time due to an ongoing dispute with his former club, Paris Saint-Germain. The Real Madrid forward is reportedly threatening PSG with potential UEFA licensing issues, which could result in the club being excluded from the Champions League. At the heart of the conflict lies an alleged 55 million debt in unpaid wages owed to Mbappé. The saga over this unpaid sum has been dragging on for months, but it has recently escalated. While making bold statements about possible sanctions against PSG, Mbappé simultaneously praises the club in public. "I spent 7 years at PSG and it was an incredible honor. It's the biggest club in France and one of the best in the world. But now, I play for the greatest club in the world, Real Madrid. If the transfer hadn't happened, I would have ended my career at PSG. I'll always follow their matches because I have friends there," Mbappé said in a recent interview. The irony is striking. On one hand, his warm words reflect fondness, but on the other, his willingness to take action that could harm not just the club president, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, but the entire team paints a different picture. Mbappe's lawyer stated, "We are considering a case that goes beyond the interests of my client." While this makes the situation sound serious, it's hard to believe that Mbappé would truly want to be the cause of PSG's exclusion from the Champions League. Previously, the court dismissed Mbappe's claims regarding the issue, but the mere discussion of this topic is damaging the reputation of PSG. Will this conflict escalate further, or will both parties find a resolution? Only time will tell. For now, the situation remains tense, with Mbappé and PSG caught in a standoff that has the football world watching closely. What's your take? Is Mbappé justified in his actions, or should he handle the situation differently? That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. And be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.